This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
All righty, there he is, the man, the myth, the legend. That is Cameron Wolfe. Follow him on Twitter at Cameron Wolfe. How you doing, Cam? You feeling good?
Big O, I'm good, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great, man. Can't complain. Pretty active morning here. First of all, your thoughts on the Super Bowl overall?
It actually started off slow to me, but I actually liked the second half. I thought that the Rams defense came up, and there was a lot of tension that last fourth quarter about whether the Rams were going to score that last touchdown. So I picked the Rams coming in, so it wasn't a surprise to me. But the Bengals were a lot closer to winning that thing than I think the Rams should have had them. So I thought it was a pretty good Super Bowl overall. Not the best one I've seen, but probably in the top half of Super Bowls we've had. So, and the halftime show was fire. I don't know if that's
That was awesome.
your music taste, Big O, but I love the chemistry.
That's my rap, not the
Yeah.
crap, not the garbage that there is now.
Yeah,
That's real. That's the real legends there. I mean, I do like Kendrick. There's a couple of guys nowadays that I do like that they're pretty good. But most of the rap nowadays, yeah, it's not my style, bro. I'm more of an 80s, 90s guy by miles. It's not even close.
Yeah.
Those were I thought it was an excellent show, and I understood why Fitty was there. I'm going to go back and forth more with Omar on it today. But because some people lost it a little bit with me on it, I was like, I would have wanted somebody like Ice Cube or MC Light or Eric B and Rakim or I would have wanted somebody that meant more to rap. I like Fitty. I own a few of his CDs, but Fitty to me is more, it's like pop rap. You know what I mean? In a way.
No, you're a hunter. You're a hunter. And the problem.
I know he's their boy. I know Eminem and Dre. That's their boy, and that's why he was there.
But I think a part of it too, and it's not. I think I'm right with you. I wish I would have saw Ice Cube out of there. That was the one guy I thought that was missing. Nipsey Hussle, who passed away, he would have been great there as well. Yeah. But I think the Super Bowl, you have to balance it because there's so many people who don't know rap who are listening to this, who may know Eminem. I was joking with some of my friends. There's people who don't like hip hop who probably know Eminem. Who's like, oh, this is my guy. This is my same with 50 Cent and the club plays. They're like, oh, I remember hearing this in my pop club back in the day.
And Dre and Snoop, dude. I mean, come on,
yeah. So I'm with you. Cube would have been real hip hop. Eric B, Rakim, all those dudes. But I think the NFL wanted to have a little bit of hip hop, a decent amount of hip hop, but they don't want to go full all in on the hardcore hip hop. And as you can see, like some of the show was censored a bit. They weren't saying certain curse words or certain things like that. So
the opening song is one that had a lot, and but it's one of those beats that bump bump bump. I mean, come on, dude, that's one of the greatest beats of all time. So you have to play it, man. It's just
you got to. So they had their flavor. They did it. So Eminem kneeled, which I had heard the NFL told him that he wasn't supposed to kneel, and he did his kneel there. And there was a reference to the police that they had in one of Snoop Dogg's and Dre's lyrics, which I think the NFL wasn't super happy with. So they tried to do it their own way. But I do agree with you that there was a little bit of we want to placate a little bit to the pop culture with the 50, with the Eminem and Eminem in particular. So, but overall, I think it was a really, really good halftime show. One of the better ones. You could argue maybe Prince and Michael Jackson and maybe Beyonce were ones that are superior, but I don't know how many other ones you can put up there to stack up.
I'm not a Beyonce. I mean, Beyonce, the eye candy is amazing. The music, it's like watching J-Lo and Shakira, and watching it's phenomenal musically. It doesn't do much for me. I'll watch it because those are three dynamic women that, come on, you were talking about three of the most beautiful women that the Lord ever created. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I was at the Super Bowl here in Miami where they had Shakira and J-Lo, and it was a really good experience to watch live. But I'm with you. Like, as far as the replay value, probably not as much as some of these other shows. So
I'm not the guy that complain. I've liked most of the halftime shows, but I like all kinds of music, so it doesn't bother me, So I kind of end up adjusting to most of the ones that have been out there. The one with MIA, I didn't think that was much. I love the Bruno Mars one. The only thing I didn't like was that they didn't give Chili Peppers enough airtime. They had to give them a little bit more because I don't know if you're a Chili Peppers fan, but I'm a Chili Peppers fan, and I love Bruno because Bruno is probably the most complete entertainer we have right now in music. Period. I don't know if there's. I don't know if
Bruno's
there's.
big.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anybody more. What I mean by complete is that he can play instruments, can dance, can sing. You know what I mean? That nobody does stuff like that. Those people like that. Tony Prince was the last guy that was like that. That he can play every instrument and do everything else. You know what I mean? He's just sick. That guy.
Every instrument. And
every
did I lose you, Big O?
No, not at all. I'm here. I got you. You there? We got you, Kim. I froze. He froze. Okay. So we got Cam freezing. Hold on a second.
I got you.
There we go. There we go. You were in frozen time for a moment.
Oh man.
All right.
But yeah, no, I'm with you, man. I think I wish Cube was there. 50 Cent was looking like 75 cents, 80 cents. You know,
oh, he's been in the drive-through with me.
Yeah, my man 50 was eating it. I shouldn't talk too much. I've been eating this season. I need to get in the gym too, but hopefully I haven't looked like 50.
Well, I want to look like you. So Fitty looks like me. So that's not good, bro. It's not good. You don't want to look like me and Fitty. That's for damn sure. By the way, you know, age gives me something that a lot of people don't have until you get to the age, and that's perspective. I have a feeling that Joe Burrow's going to be Ken Anderson and Boomer Esiason.
That's what you think?
Yeah, he had his trip. That's it. Because so Mike Brown, success breeds money. And you got here because of me. You got here because of me. You got here because of me. I need to get paid. I need to get paid. And you know that, Cam. Success, now you got to pay people. Mike Brown hasn't been known to pay people. Dude, this guy blew his knee out, and he didn't learn his lesson to build another line in front of him. It's like watching the Indianapolis Colts and Andrew Luck all over again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
like,
you're right.
We all watched one of the great young quarterbacks walk away from the game. So Cincinnati, you better wake up, dude.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
They gotta build that offensive line around Burrow, man. They have to. I do have a little optimism that maybe they changed because they did sign a couple free agents over the last couple of years with Trey Hendrickson and Von Bell and DJ Reader. So they tried to change their ways, but you're right. They're gonna have to spend money. They don't have a high draft pick anymore. You know, there's not going to be a top 5 or top 10 pick. So you're going to have to do it through free agency. So that's going to be very interesting to watch because Burrow's got it. Burrow's got a lot of the it factor that we want to see.
He's the young guy that has crossed it. He's the one young guy in the last 3 years that you say, that's the man, period. Over.
Yep. And I like his moxie. I like the young core they have around him with Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, who had a big day. He probably would have been Super Bowl MVP if the Bengals won that game. And you got Tyler Boyd, too. So they got a trio of really good receivers, a good young running back, Joe Mixon, a really underrated defense. The only thing missing is that offensive line. So, I mean, if I did nothing else, if I was a Bengals GM this offseason, it would be signing 2 or 3 offensive linemen and seeing if we could build this thing up. But you're right. It's hard to get back. Everybody assumes that, hey, we're going to get back next year. We're going to get back next year. Sometimes it doesn't happen. I mean, heck.
By the way, those 2 teams.
Our guy here, Dan Marino, we talk about, you know, he had such a legendary career, but the only knock you can really have on Dan Marino is a Super Bowl, and you know, you can't do it by yourself.
Right. Yeah. And Ken Anderson and Boomer Esiason had better teams than Joe Burrow.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. So that's it. And they didn't get back. And it's tough, man. It's tough. And it's tough with that front office, the way they are, that they're not, you know, that owner is never really truly committed. So it's interesting to see. You have an opportunity now. Will you commit? And you're close, right? So don't screw it up, dude. I mean, look at the Rams. Yeah, you're close. Well, then, dude, if you have to trade some capital,
you got to go all in if you need to,
and go all in right now. You already made the Super Bowl. If you improve a couple things, you might have a shot. And you start looking at that division. Listen, I've never been a Lamar believer in that system. In the end, until he learns to beat you from the pocket, I don't think the Ravens will ever have deep success in the playoffs. The
Right.
Steelers, Ben Roethlisberger's gone, dude. And the
They're starting
Browns,
over, rebuild.
they still don't right now have a quarterback. It doesn't look like. I mean, would you give Baker Mayfield a big
No,
contract?
not at
I
all.
wouldn't.
I'm not a
So if you
Baker Mayfield believer. Yep.
so if you're Cincinnati, you can have a stranglehold on
Yep.
this division if
And
you
Big O, and Big O, another thing about that is Joe Burrow is starting to be a quarterback where you get players coming to place because of him.
Great point.
So Cincinnati, I would not want to go to Cincinnati at
No.
all if I was a free agent. But if you start to think, hey, we got a quarterback and Joe
Yeah.
Burrow, that maybe moves the needle their direction. You know, you put the same thing on the table as say the New York Jets, and you may pick the Bengals.
Oh, I think he froze there again. We got a frozen. You picked the Bengals. Remember, you picked the Bengals. We got a. He's talking. We're not hearing him.
Lost you
He's
again, Big
talking.
O.
There we go.
Yep.
There we go.
Yeah.
You picked the Bengals, and then what? Go ahead.
Yeah. So if you go pick the Bengals over a Jets team, something like that, or
Oh,
a
yeah.
team of that ilk, which would never be heard of. Why would you pick Cincinnati over New York? Well, Joe
Right.
Burrow, he becomes the big equalizer there. So that's a big factor to me. Cincinnati just has to be willing to spend.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. Maybe that's why Trey Hendrickson,
Yep.
went there because he saw, okay, with Joe Burrow we can actually do it. And that's a fantastic point because I've been to Cincinnati in the past, and really, what do you go there for? Royal
Right.
Castle and Skyline Chili? I mean,
Oh,
what
no.
the hell? What the hell is there in Cincinnati? I remember because I was there for a couple of nights, and both nights I think I hit the White Castle. I actually think.
That was it. Yeah, there's not
Yeah,
a lot of Cincinnati, but you can go to Joe. You can hang with Joe Burrow. You can hang with Jamar Chase. So you can go there for football reasons, but you're still not going to go because you like the city.
No, you're going to go. Ohio is better to go for because they have the two amusement parks.
Yep.
Right, Kings Island and Cedar Point. That's why you want to go. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You got the Rock and Roll
Or maybe
Museum if you want to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame or the Pro
Yep.
Football Hall of Fame. That's it. Yeah, exactly. That's about it. All right, so the Panthers, the Florida Panthers. And I know you're looking at me going, "This is a Dolphin segment." The Florida Panthers had a problem before Bill Zito took over. They were soft.
Okay.
And I would slam them all the time for being soft and watching Trocheck get his ass kicked and nobody do anything. So Zito takes over, and he goes and signs Gudis and a bunch of other guys. And all of a sudden now, the Panthers will punch you in the mouth. They'll be the more physical team more often than not. They're not going to back down from you anymore. They change their ways. Well,
right.
Seems like Mike McDaniel says, damn, I watched the tape. These sons of bitches can't run the ball. They can't block. They can't do anything. And we're watching all these additions, and Frank Smith is the latest one to help out Matt Applebaum, to help out Mike McDaniel. And I think they kept Godsey too, right? So now you've got
no. Godsey's in Baltimore. Godsey left to go to Baltimore.
Okay, so Godsey is gone. Okay, so then
Godsey's gone.
Studsville is here then.
Studsville's a stand. Yeah,
right. Studsville's one that stays
as the running back coach. Yeah,
exactly. So that's what I meant by Studsville stays. So now you've got 4 minds that I can count on right now that are going to be focused on blocking and running and blocking and running and blocking and running.
Hey, Big O, thank God. What have we been talking about here over the last 6 months? They can't block. They can't run the football. Before you even get to the quarterback, and I know everybody gets obsessed with quarterback and Tua. We're going to have plenty of time this offseason. You can't fix the Dolphins offense until you fix the offensive line, you fix the running game. So I'm going to be frank with you. I don't know a lot about Frank Smith. I don't know a lot about Matt Applebaum. I'm trying to learn. But the fact that they're prioritizing these spots already tells me that they know which direction they have to fix it. Now, can they fix it? That's a different question. But they know what to prioritize.
But it's an emphasis.
Yes,
but it's an emphasis right now.
You're hiring and I really like the idea of hiring an offensive coordinator who specializes in the O-line and tight ends and the blocking in particularly because Mike McDaniel mentioned he's already going to call plays. So you don't need somebody who's going to be a guru as a play caller. You need somebody that's going to help you install your offense, help you install your scheme and do it the right way. And so he clearly thinks that Frank Smith and his style of being able to produce. I mean, look at the Chargers. We saw them rookie year with Justin Herbert They had a horrific offensive line. This year they turned it around. Yeah, they drafted Sean Slater, but it also helped. They got better as a
With their
whole
play
as far as
design,
coaching. Yep,
if you watch their play design with their running back, who's not a big guy, by the way. Now he's a tough
exactly.
some bitch. Okay, I
Yep.
give him every break
Austin
there. That
Eckler
guy,
is special.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, he is special. But if you watch, even with Jackson, the
Yep.
backup,
Yep.
they do a really nice job of play design. And again, I go back to your background.
Mm-hmm.
You were blessed being in Tennessee with Arthur Smith and what
Yep.
they were doing, and I just don't believe there was a lot of proper play design and setup here in Miami. I almost felt like they were kind of, I don't know, they were just doing things as they were going along the way. There was no real set plan.
Right.
Watch now. Now there'll be a plan
Yeah.
every single week. Everything will be designed to, counter everything that you're facing week in and week out. And you're going to see all kinds of different run plays and designs.
Yep.
And I just think that this is also going to make Tua's life. This is what people don't understand. This is what this will make everything for Tua after this. It'll make
Yep.
his job super easy now.
Yeah, and Big O, I'm excited to see this outside zone scheme is something that I think, they went power scheme last year. Clearly, it didn't work as far as having them be individual blockers. The zone scheme, as long as they have the right offensive lineman running, I'm excited to see what that is. And look, I'm not here to sell you guys false hope, but I do have optimism, particularly about the offense. I don't know that they're going to win a ton more games. I can't tell you that. I can't tell you they're going to win a Super Bowl, but I feel pretty good that Mike McDaniel, this offensive core they're building, they're going to be better offensively, and they're going to be more towards the direction that we want to see them as far as running the football. So a lot of that is a big plus. It's something that I've been waiting for a while, and I think the Miami Dolphins offense is going to be a lot more watchable. Which I think, just simply as a media person, as a fan, like beyond winning games, I want to feel like I enjoy going to Dolphins games. And just being frank, there's a lot of times I got an assignment for a Dolphins game, and I was like, man, this is not going to be a fun game to watch because I know the way they play offense. So that's something that I'm looking forward to. I think Mike McDaniel is going to have a great scheme to go about it and work around Tua and work around this run game. So that's something I think Dolphins fans can look forward to.
Dude, the last 25 years, it's only been defense that's been entertaining at times for Miami. And the only time offensively we were really entertaining was when the dreadlock demon was running the ball and Ricky Williams, bro. Really, that's about, we had a nice year with Lamar Smith once, but Ricky was really the dynamic thing. I know we did the whole Wildcat crap, but that was a facade. The Ricky thing for 2 years, that's the only time the Dolphin offense was entertaining over the last 25 years. Think about
Yep.
that. Think how
Whew.
screwed up that is
That's
in a
wild.
quarter century.
That is crazy. And that's why you feel for Dolphins fans. Like I feel for them. Like I didn't grow up a Dolphins fan, so I don't know your personal experience. But I feel for them
You
because
don't know my pain.
I don't know.
You don't know
I
my
don't know.
pain.
I've learned it secondhand, but I didn't feel it with you. I didn't feel the pain. I'm learning of it. But
What'd you
it's
grow
like
up as? What'd you grow up
I
as?
grew up as an Eagles fan, actually.
Oh, okay.
I
Well,
lived in Philly.
your
I
own
lived in
pain.
Philly. Hey, yeah, we did have our own pain, So, but it's different. It's different because you guys at least had a glory day to point to. You're pointing to, okay, the Shula era where you're having the 72 Dolphins, or the Marino era where it's the 80s and 90s. Eagles, we didn't have much to point to, It
No, I
was
know.
just everything in the mouth. So
Yeah.
that made it a different pain. But I almost think that knowing that you were legendary in the past, but you can't get back, it's a worse pain because you tasted it, and now you're dying to get that taste again, and it just has not happened. So one day, Dolphins fans, I can't promise you it'll be soon, but one day the taste is going to come back.
My brother, it wasn't a taste, it was an entitlement.
Right. Right. Yep.
It's what we have with Riley. It's an
Yep.
entitlement.
Right.
It's
And,
like
and you don't and you
when
don't
does
truly
when,
appreciate
when,
it until it's
right
gone.
when does a Heat fan ever feel like they're out of it? Never.
Yep.
Never, ever. They always feel like, no, Riley will do something, bro. Riley will figure it out. Riley will do, and then before you know it, you're in the bubble and you're in the finals. And you're like, there's Riley again. And then, oh, here you go this year, Caleb Martin and Gabe Vincent and Yurtseven. And oh, there it is, Riley again. It's like it's obviously we go back to Shaq and the big three. That's the easy stuff. But It's just you look at it and it's like you're never out of it with the guys. Zoe, Timmy, all that stuff. Even I know they didn't win it, but damn, those were great teams and they got far. And that's what we had with Shula. We had an entitlement, my brother. Let me explain to you how ridiculous it got. Here you go. Are you ready for this?
Yep, I'm ready.
We used to say it. Well, Shula only won 10 games and got into the playoffs. That's just not enough anymore, man.
Wow.
I'm not lying. I'm telling you. That's the reaction of the average Dolphin fan in the early 90s. Oh, dude, Shula's only getting into playoffs. First round, that's not enough, bro. We got to do better than that. The game's passing him by.
Yep.
That's how spoiled we were.
You mentioned entitlement. You see that with teams like, and I mentioned this just a second ago, you don't really realize or appreciate it until it's gone. And I got to catch a flight.
A flight or frozen? I got to catch a flight, but I'm frozen at the moment. Before I catch the flight, I got to unfreeze so I can then say this, and then I can then get back on to a flight that I'm frozen for first.
Did you hear me?
There we go. No, you were frozen first before you can fly. So before
I got to catch a flight shortly, so I'm going to leave you with this. When we talk about sort of the entitlement, you don't truly appreciate what you have until it's gone. You talk about the Heat. I can't even imagine the post-Riley era and what we're going to talk about the glory days then. Hopefully it doesn't have as bad of a drop-off as the Dolphins had, but that's sort of what I think about with the Patriots, right? And so they're hoping that they don't have this downfall, but you had 6 titles with Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. Was it 6 or 5?
6.
6 of them together. And so there's no guarantee they ever get back. They're parading Mac Jones. They're putting him up there like, hey, this can be the future, but there's no guarantee. And so I hope if that era ever happens for the Dolphins again, fans will truly appreciate it while it happens. Give the players, the coaches, their flowers while it happens, because you never know. Like I mentioned, I was an Eagles fan growing up. And so now that I'm a reporter, you're supposed to be unbiased, right? But I admit, I went back to the parade 4 years ago when they won the Super Bowl, because I'm like, I rooted for this team for 15, 20 years growing up. They may never win the title again. The Eagles may never win the title as long as I'm alive. I'm not going to sit here back and say, hey, I'm not going to go because I'm a reporter and it's not. No, you got to take advantage of these moments because there's no guarantee.
That's right. And remember, I have that picture of you climbing on that traffic light, tearing it down. So we'll always hold it against you to make sure you stay here as an insider on our show. So, all right, there you go. Follow him on Twitter at Cameron Wolfe, and, of course, catch his work there at the NFL Network. Cam, safe travels, my friend. I appreciate you. We'll talk to you later on.
Appreciate you, Big O.
You got it. There you go. Cameron Wolfe, baby. And our Fort Lauderdale Police Department Miami Dolphins report.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.